Reduce cash flow, invest the profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow, invest those profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow. The rich spend their money and acquire things that produce more money. Here are a few examples of assets that produce more money. Investments are the obvious ones: stocks, bonds, real estate. Education is another asset. If you learn how to do something that produces more money for you and you actually do it, that's buying an asset. There's a great quote that goes, "If you think education is expensive, you should see how expensive stupidity is." Another example of assets you can acquire that pay you are cash-generating opportunities, especially those opportunities that can create a passive cash flow. Passive meaning that once you build it up, the money continues to flow whether you're still building it or not. Here's a small example. Let's suppose you bought a pinball machine and you put it in a barber shop, and you don't spend any of the profits. You save them until you can buy another pinball machine and put it in another barber shop. This, by the way, was Warren Buffett's first business. If you don't know who Warren Buffett is, he's one of the top 2 richest men in America. The rich are extremely eager to find those passive cash-generating opportunities because those opportunities continue to pay them month after month, year after year, long after they've stopped working the opportunity. You know, I see this happen again and again with successful entrepreneurs. They find a passive cash flow stream that they build up, and it continues to pay them month after month, year after year. They then take those profits and multiply them in another passive cash-generating opportunity, and then again in another. In conclusion, here's what I've learned over the years. You can't find these passive cash-generating opportunities unless you're open to hearing about them. Then, once you find them, you must be willing to see what fits you and then act. Now, the reason I say this is that I once answered a hokey little ad that I ended up generating 7 figures from, simply because I answered that ad and then took action. These opportunities are out there. You just need preferably cash-generating opportunities that can create passive cash flow. They then take that cash flow and invest it in another asset that produces more cash flow. That's the wealth creation formula. Now, I trust you found this introductory information helpful. Now, to learn about one of the greatest cash-generating machines on the planet, click on the link below to proceed to step 2. Hi, my name's PJ, and welcome to our short presentation. Have you ever wondered how the rich keep getting richer while broke people stay broke and the middle class seems to be shrinking? Well, this isn't nearly as mysterious as it may appear when you examine the specific differences in how broke people, the middle class, and the rich spend their money. Now, this is such a simple concept, yet so profound, it nearly knocked me out of my chair when I finally understood it. I'm going to show you exactly how the rich spend their money, and you can evaluate for yourself why they keep getting richer and the broke keep getting broker, and why the middle class remains so stressed out. Now, to get started, I'd like to review some financial terms we'll be using during this presentation. The terms that you need to be familiar with are cash flow, which means money you bring in, expenses, which means money you spend, assets. Now, this is the most confusing one. You're probably familiar with the traditional definition of an asset, which is something you own or have equity in. However, back in the 1990s, Robert Kiyosaki introduced us to a new definition of an asset in his groundbreaking Rich Dad, Poor Dad series of books. Robert taught us that an asset is something that pays you, and that's the definition we'll be using here. Liabilities is the last term, and it's defined as things that cost you money. As an example, a house is typically viewed as an asset, but can it actually be a liability? Yes. With our revised definition, anything that costs you money is a liability, not an asset. If you have a mortgage, your house is an asset to your banker because it pays him or her every month. But could a house also be considered an asset to you? Yes, in the right circumstances it could, when it pays you money. Let's say you buy a house and you rent it out, and it paid you a positive cash flow every month after all expenses. That would then be considered an asset. Now, one more time with the terms, just to be very clear before we continue. Cash flow is money you make. Expenses, that's money you spend. An asset pays you, and a liability costs you. Now let's take a look at how broke people spend their money. Now, when I say broke people, I'm not referring to the destitute. I'm speaking about that large portion of our society that lives from paycheck to paycheck and who never seem to have any money. In fact, most times there's more month left at the end of their money, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that group. On payday, broke people buy what I'm going to call stuff. Well, what's stuff? Well, that's inexpensive things that people buy that they don't really need to survive. You go into someone's house and you can't find any counter or tabletop space in the whole house because of all the stuff on it. Their house and their cars are full and cluttered with stuff. Well, where do they get all this stuff? They buy it at the flea market, at the garage sale, at the dollar store, at the craft show. So cash flow comes in, and then it goes straight out the expense column to buy stuff. You see, broke people never really educate themselves on assets and liabilities. They justify buying all of this stuff by claiming that it costs so little. But over the years, it's all they ever have. The problem is their cash flow never produced or created more cash flow. Now, please understand, I'm not undermining or taking any shots at this or any group. I just see a lot of financial difficulty out there, and it really doesn't need to be that way. Creating wealth isn't a mystery, it's a formula. The only reason someone doesn't create wealth is because they either don't know the formula or they don't apply the formula. Now let's take a look at the middle class. The middle class is the group that society mistakenly thinks are rich. They're not. Yes, they typically earn a six-figure income, and many of them appear rich, but it's what they buy with their money that keeps them prisoners of the middle class. What they typically buy are liabilities. Remember the definition of a liability? Things that cost you. By buying liabilities, the money gets pushed up and out their expense column. Liabilities are items like cars, boats, houses, airplanes, credit card debt. Now let's see just how this happens. The middle class gets a nice paycheck, let's say $10,000 for the month. They then split that down the middle and they pay their monthly expenses with half, and with the other half, they make a down payment on a new car. The car costs $5,000 down, and after they add on the insurance and the maintenance, that liability now costs $1,100 new dollars every single month. A few months go by, and they want a boat, then a vacation home, a Rolex watch on their credit card, a vacation on their credit card. And before you know it, their liabilities have raised their expense levels to near or above their income levels. They actually spend equal to or more than they make, meaning that they have to go to work and make a certain amount of money every single month just to cover their liabilities. The other important issue with both broke people and the middle class is that normally all of their cash flow is dependent on their own effort, meaning that they've educated themselves to exchange their knowledge and expertise for someone's money. Also, the money they earn is usually the highest taxed form of income. Here's an example. An attorney is knowledgeable about law, so people pay him or her in exchange for that knowledge on an hourly basis. The problem here is that if the attorney isn't sharing that knowledge with a client, then the attorney isn't making any money. This causes lots of stress and anxiety in their lives. And if you ever ask them to take an afternoon off to play golf with you, well, they very rarely can because of how much money it'll cost them to take that time off. On the surface, life's pretty good. The reality is that it's a roller coaster ride. That's the middle class. Now, I know this group very well because for a great deal of my adult life, that was me. Now let's take a look at how the rich people spend their money. Rich people acquire assets. Again, an asset is something that pays you. If you want to become rich, buy assets that earn you more money. The money cycle looks like this. Acquire assets that produce cash flow, invest the profit to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow, invest those profits to acquire more assets that produce more cash flow. The rich spend their money and acquire things that produce more money. Here are a few examples of assets that produce more money. Investments are the obvious ones: stocks, bonds, real estate. Education is another asset. If you learn how to do something that produces more money for you and you actually do it, that's buying an asset. There's a great quote that goes, "If you think education is expensive, you should see how expensive stupidity is." Another example of assets you can acquire that pay you are cash-generating opportunities, especially those opportunities that can create a passive cash flow. Passive meaning that once you build it up, the money continues to flow whether you're still building it or not. Here's a small example. Let's suppose you bought a pinball machine and you put it in a barber shop, and you don't spend any of the profits. You save them until you can buy another pinball machine and put it in another barber shop. This, by the way, was Warren Buffett's first business. If you don't know who Warren Buffett is, he's one of the top 2 richest men in America. The rich are extremely eager to find those passive cash-generating opportunities because those opportunities continue to pay them month after month, year after year, long after they've stopped working the opportunity. You know, I see this happen again and again with successful entrepreneurs. They find a passive cash flow stream that they build up, and it continues to pay them month after month, year after year. They then take those profits and multiply them in another passive cash-generating opportunity, and then again in another. In conclusion, here's what I've learned over the years. You can't find these passive cash-generating opportunities unless you're open to hearing about them. Then, once you find them, you must be willing to see what fits you and then act. Now, the reason I say this is that I once answered a hokey little ad that I ended up generating 7 figures from, simply because I answered that ad and then took action. These opportunities are out there. You just need to find them. You also must be opportunistic enough that when the right situation does present itself, you don't miss it. So remember, broke people buy stuff, the middle class buy liabilities, and the rich acquire assets, preferably cash-generating opportunities that can create passive cash flow. They then take that cash flow and invest it in another asset that produces more cash flow. That's the wealth creation formula.
Good evening.
Now, I trust you found this introductory information helpful. Now, to learn about one of the greatest cash-generating machines on the planet, click on the link below to proceed to step 2.
And so we are going
Hi, my name is PJ, and welcome.
Good evening, everyone. If there is anybody that should be here that is not here, that you know should be here, please tell them that we are starting. It's a great day, a very busy one, but still very great, very, very great, very great, exceptionally great. And so we are here again tonight to talk about some of the things that Mr. PJ has just told us. Please confirm to me that you can see my screen, my new screen. Somebody should please confirm to me in the chat room that you can see my screen. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. My name is Kofoworola Olaosebikon. I know some of you will not have heard that Kofoworola before because you are used to just calling okay. So tonight, I just want to let you know that that K is actually Kofoworola. So I'm your presenter tonight. We do this weekly, every Wednesday. So last Wednesday, my billionaire friend, Love Oladele, took us. And today it is my turn to do justice to what Mr. PJ told us, so we can stop spending our money like middle class or the broke people, because we are not broke. So here we go. I just want us to quickly look at how we can start and run profitable businesses, even in this very, very interesting economy, Nigerian economy as it stands today. So we want to discuss, we have so many businesses, but tonight it is the turn of TGR, that is top up and get reward. So I want us to look at how we can start and run this kind of business in the telecom industry, even though the economy is not looking so friendly. But then we keep pushing, we keep going. So starting and running profitable businesses, even in this kind of economy. You know, our goal right from the beginning should be that by the time we are starting the business, whatever business we want to be in, we should be looking at making so much money. We should be looking at putting our money not in liabilities, but in assets, that is, things that can earn us money, even when we are sleeping. Just as our dear friend, how many of us actually watched the video? Because I left it for quite a while so that we can pick some nuggets from what he was telling us. And they are really, really very important things that we should note. You should only get involved with things, the way you make your money, the way you spend your money, you should spend as if you, even if you are still not a billionaire, you should spend as the billionaires spend their money. They are billionaires because they don't spend anyhow. Or should I even say we are billionaires because we don't spend anyhow. Yoruba say, so we are billionaires because we don't spend anyhow. And because we truly also go all out to try and make money while we are sleeping. We make money even while we are sleeping. So if you are still not making money when you are sleeping, I doubt if you are going to be able to sustain life as life should be sustained. So right from the get-go, what you should have at the back of your mind is how to run profitable businesses. And just as you are spending, I mean, as you are making the money, you're also thinking of how you will spend the money. So if you have a little amount of money tonight, we want to show you a business that you can put in this money and it will yield you so much increase that you also can be listed as a billionaire, or at least as a millionaire, even if you are not looking at billions, just like OK is doing. All right. Please, I have muted everyone. Kindly stay muted so that we can have a great meeting. Okay. I am muting us again. Please, let's stay muted so that we can have a good meeting. So just be focused before we even introduce the business at all. I'm only trying to let you know what you need to do to sustain the business so that come what may, even in this kind of economy, you will still be able to sustain the business and you still make it profitable and you make a lot of money from it. And you see, you will come back to thank us later. So the road to becoming successful is filled with celebrations and challenges. These are the things we are experiencing now in Nigeria. The challenges are what people are actually concentrating on. I mean, when Green Eagles won the football match, we celebrated small, and then the worst came, and then we still won. In inverted comma, open and closed. But that's great. Those are the kind of celebrations we see. Even though Nigeria is going through a lot of challenges, but you see, we still have things to celebrate. We still have things all the time, even in our businesses. Some days we make a lot of money, some days we don't make too much money, but we still make money. So we thank God and we celebrate. But in this business that we want to introduce to you, you make money per second. So it's like every day in this challenge time, you are going to have room for celebrations. Now, for you to run profitable businesses, you need to start with very clear goals. In this business, just make up your mind that your goal is to make money per second. So whatever we are telling you here tonight, for you to be able to make this money is what you should just go all out to do. And you have to manage, you know, Mr. PJ told us, you have to manage your resources wisely. So part of managing your resources wisely in this kind of business that I want to introduce to you tonight, or I just want to reinstate your belief in tonight, if you're already a member, is the fact that your phone is a good resource and you should manage it in a very good way, wisely. Don't let your smartphones be smarter than you are. You need to use it to the uttermost so that at the end of the day, the phone itself will know that, yes, I came, I saw, and I conquered. Okay? And you need to surround yourself with successful people. There are some people who will always be telling you that it's not possible. They tell you that telecommunication is now the new oil well. What do they even know? You know, don't listen to those people, because life depends on how you see it. If you see life that you are going to make it in a very big way, most likely you will. But if you also look at yourself and say, who is my father? As a matter of fact, where did I even come from? That's the way it also will be. Remember, there's also power in our tongue, but it's very important that you surround yourself with successful people. If you have 10 successful friends, you are likely to be the 11th one. Okay? Surround yourself with very successful people. Don't go with naysayers, people who do not see anything good in anything. Somebody about 2 weeks ago was trying to introduce an online business to me. So I said, okay, let me even add you to this, my online platform, because I'm going to be training there tonight. So, no, don't add me. In fact, okay, I said, I want to add you to an online platform. I didn't say it was mine. Okay, so that you can talk to us too about your business. We are very receptive and all of that. Then she said, oh no, don't add me. Online businesses are fake. They are, we see a lot of people. I said, okay, and you want to introduce to me an online business. Then I know that your own online business is actually fake. So I don't want to don't talk to me again. Then I said, oh no, my own is different. I said, how is it? It's an online business now. So there are some people like that. They have this mindset that is always against everything. Always again, and most of the time, their mindsets are always against something that is good. At least you will just see this thing. Don't just be against everything somebody is introducing to you. So in this meeting, try as much as possible to make sure that you have a millionaire mindset, even if you are not going up to the billionaire mindset, because that's the kind of mindset me I have. I don't allow any opportunity to pass me by. At least I will look at it. Please don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that it's every opportunity that comes my way that I will pursue. But I will look at it. I will study it. I will do my own due diligence. That is the millionaire's mindset. Very receptive of opportunities. And even if you don't know how to learn, this one, we are going to tell you, and I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to be actually quite brief. This is why I'm laying this very good foundation. So when we get to the business itself, you already know exactly what you want to take out of this business. So develop that millionaire's mindset. Because if you want to be a millionaire, you have to have that kind of mindset. All right, our people have done their worst before the generator comes up. Let's try and see what we can do with it. This is Nigeria. We thank God for Nigeria. Okay, so you have to develop a millionaire's mindset. And what does this millionaire's mindset, what is it even all about? You have to adopt the right attitude towards money, towards success, and towards failure. Because some people have been on some online businesses before. Peradventure, you have even been on one like the one I want to introduce to you tonight. The fact that that one did not work does not mean that this one will not work. So that should be the kind of mindset you should be able to bring to board. Don't be afraid to take calculated risk, because they are calculated anyway. And then you want to look at it that if the person that is telling me about this opportunity is doing it, and we are saying this is more than 5 years old, then why not me? Now, how can I become a success from nothing or next to nothing? That's why we're here. And this is what we want to tell you. Build profitable businesses. This one we want to talk to you about is a very profitable business. And we have seen all of these indices in this business. They are very adaptable, very innovative. They have strong leadership. You know where they are. They are in Nigeria. It's a Nigerian-based opportunity, and the CEO is Mr. Babatunde. You know, they have very good customer relationship. They are customer focused. They have efficient operations. If you want to withdraw your money, it's just like a breeze. Okay. Resilience, because when they started also more than 5 years ago, things were not as smooth as they are right now, but they were at it. They didn't give up. They didn't buckle in. They were they are still very resilient. And they do a lot of social, they are very responsible socially. Okay. They have the regulatory compliance. They have all of this. And so this means that for you to be in this business, you don't have to go after all of this again. They have everything ready for you. And this business has a lot of value, frequently used, and definitely very high volume. So when you see all of these key metrics in any business, then you know that you are good to go. What are they then looking for? They have all the things that they should need to make their business successful. But the truth is, this is in the telecommunication industry. And they already have people that are partnering with the telecom industry operators to do these things before in the names of the banks, the big boys. So for them to be able to do this business well and also to compete, it's not a bad competition with the banks because we all need one another. But for them to stay side by side with the banks to say, come and do your communication business with us, they really need a large community of people. So they are using the connecting strategy. This is why they want to connect with us. And this is why we as connectors, we are connecting with you so that you also can be in this business. Okay? So you can make it even as a newbie in this business if you operate in the connective sense of the economy. So what does business connectivity means? Is the new normal, is what everybody does now. That's what Facebook has been doing. You know, some people will wake up early. Some of us will wake up in the afternoon. Some people actually will wake up in the night. But whichever time you have woken up is your morning. So now that you are trying to look at opportunities that you can handle, it is your own money, and then you can go ahead and fit perfectly into this. Okay. A lot of people are now in the connective economy, and we have potential opportunities in Nigeria to make this happen. One of the best opportunity we have in Nigeria is our population. We have a whole lot of people. We have youth demography. We have technology and innovation. We have very, very innovative people, you know? So because we have all of this, we can tap into this opportunity to also contribute to the socio-economic development of the country by collaborating with people that are already in the businesses they are in and they are looking for partners. So this TGR, top up and get reward, that we want to talk to you about are actually looking for you and I. They are looking for people who will partner with them. They already have what it takes. They have all the indices that would make the business to be sustainable and to be successful, but they need the community to grow because they are competing with the banks, like I told you. So they are very innovative, like I tell you, and we have some other industries like that. You know, the health industry, the cleaning industry, even food industry, real estate. But this one is in the telecom industry. Telecommunication is a big deal. We all know that. It's because we can communicate that we are together now, even though we are so far away. So this is what this business is bringing to our table. The telecom industry is a big one. It's actually trillions of naira industry in Nigeria. And so we should not look down on this. We should look at how we can be part of it and do what we need to do to start like almost immediately. Because I'm going to show you exactly how you spend your money, and it is contrary to the rule of engagement if you really want to scale high financially. You know, the number one thing that we have been doing hitherto before today is that things that we can do by ourselves, we are paying other people to do for us, like recharging our phones, recharging our tablets, buying tokens for our NEPA, and then paying our DSTV bills. These are things we can do by ourselves. But what we have been doing, which we have to stop tonight, is that we have been engaging the banks to do this for us. And we are paying through our noses. We don't even know. Because what we get at the end of the day, when you charge your phones or your tablets or anything, or you pay your NEPA bills with the banks, they will collect your money. They will now give you charges. They will charge you. Then they will give you VAT on those charges. Then they will send you text messages, and they will deduct your account for receiving text messages that you did not beg them to send you. They were the ones that sent these messages to you, but they get paid for unsolicited actions of theirs. So today we are going to learn how we are going to cut all of these expenses, unnecessary expenses off our necks. Remember, we are going to make a lot of money. And some people, they look down on opportunities. But I want to let you know for free that the kind of money you are actually looking for, the kind of money both of us, all of us are looking for, they are most of the time in the businesses we are avoiding. I can tell you that for free. Because the kind of money that I have made online, let me just keep quiet. But the truth is, I used to look down on online businesses because I'm like, what are they doing? Jobless people. When they call me online, I'll be nice to them when they talk to me on phone. But immediately I drop the phone, I'm like, what are they even saying? When I can make money in Comsol Group, then these people are jobless. Okay? Until COVID happened. Then life happened, and I saw those people I was calling jobless being very, very jobful. They were making a lot of money online. And then one of them spoke to me again, and I'm like, bro, talk to me. Say it. We're at home. We can't even go to the Comsol that we have been doing Yanga with. What are we going to do about this? Then I was introduced, and since then, I've not looked back. And I hope today, you too, you are being introduced to this opportunity, you will not look back. So the telecom industry creates a lot of jobs for us. One of these jobs is in virtual top-up, the VTU. The telecom industry, in summary, serves as a critical enabler for economic development, especially of a nation like ours, that we have all sort of issues. Issues that we have started by ourselves, because these are all self-introduced issues. Things that should not be happening, they are happening because of what we have done and what some of the things we have left undone. So the virtual top-up, that is VTU, is a secure online package by telecommunications company to enable us dispense data, airtime, just like the banks are doing. So we don't have to go and get all those charges on our very lean income. We'll be spending the money, and we'll be earning incomes by ourselves. Okay? And telecommunication industry is what the opportunity we are bringing to you tonight is an enabler for our economic development because of certain things they do, which we are going to also open up to us today. And like I said, you can argue with your data. As far as I know, telecommunication is now the new oil well. It is now the new oil well because of the contribution to the GDP of the country. They are ahead of our oil right now. So data dispensing has become like we are dispensing oil. Telecommunication is the silver lining in this kind of economy. And this is why. See, I told you that some of the indices we look at when we want to do business is how frequent we use whatever, whatever it is, whatever it is that you are trying to sell, the frequency, and then the volume of what you are even trying to introduce, and then the value. What value is this thing bringing to the table? So for the telecom industry, look at the analysis. 250 million active SIM cards. Not just cards. There are cards. I have some cards that are not active. But part of my cards, the cards I use in my office, the ones we use at home, active. 250 million active SIM cards. Then 3 million Nigerians recharge our phones because I'm part of them per hour, according to the analysis of the NCC. This is the problem we have in the country, but we'll get by. Okay, so 3 million Nigerians actually recharge their phones, or we recharge our phones per hour, according to NCC. And 14 billion naira per day is what we spend on recharge. You see, for recharging our phones in this country, we spend 14 billion naira every blessed day. On the average, that's what we spend. So let's continue to look at this analysis as time will permit us. 446 billion naira per month on recharge, and 21.4 trillion naira per year on recharge. So with all of this billion, million, billion, trillion, billion flying around, what I think should be going on in our mind really is, how can we be part of this? How can we make our own from all of these billion and trillion and million? According to the FBN Quest, telecom has overtaken oil sector income. That's why I told you that is now the new oil well. Okay, these are just all the things that I've said earlier on for you to see that I didn't conjure them. They were actually in the news. So data is one of the fastest growing commodities all over the world. As a matter of fact, it has become the fastest growing commodity, especially in this country. Because some of us, even if we are not eating, our phone must have eaten data. Okay? So because the consumption is also high in frequency and the volume is high, and of course the value is very clear. If I don't have data, I won't be talking to you, and if you do not have data tonight, you are not likely to be on this call. You won't even be on this call. So this is why we need to take any business that is being introduced to us and it concerns data and all of that. We have to take them very seriously. So our telephone, our gadgets are already an addiction. So we need also to look at how we can make money from our addiction. An addiction that gets you money, that keeps money in your pockets, in your bank accounts, I must say it's a good addiction, but please don't press your phone on the road. Don't let that addiction get you into trouble. So these are all the frequency, the volume of what we are talking to you about. Because the banks, our banks, Nigerian banks, have already seen the value in all of these things, and they've seen the frequency at which they make money. You keep getting this type of text messages. Their customer, come and buy your data, come and recharge your phone, come and pay your NEPA. They are no longer calling you to come and open bank accounts with them, because the kind of money they are making from telecommunication is huge. And this is what we are calling you into. You are now going to be like a competitor with the banks by the time you are done with this business. By the time you key into this opportunity, you are going to be making your money per second, just like these banks are doing. And they keep calling you and I to come over to their Macedonia. So how are we going to make our own from all of this money flying around, flying everywhere? How are we going to make our own? This is what comes to my mind all the time, especially when we are talking about CGR. So even if we are able to make just 0.001% of all the trillions, don't you think that's a whole lot? Don't you think that's a good place to start? I think so. And that is what we want to tell you in Top Up and Get Reward. It is actually the best online mobile solution provider because they have all the networks. All the networks are in their purview. It's not as if you have MTN and then you don't have Airtel or you don't have, no. They have all the network providers, and you can charge right there in the comfort of your room on your mobile devices. Okay? They are very dedicated, just as they are telling us. The premier products are recharge cards to get you your data, and then you can pay your, I'll show you all their products right now. These are the products. You can recharge your DSTV, your Airtel, MTN, Glo, Nine Mobile. You can pay for your PHCN, and so on and so forth. So it's not one that you are just able to do only one. They are earning us money just as the banks do through this portal called VTU. VTU means virtual top up. And this is just the same thing. It's the same portal that the banks are using. It's an online vending portal used for the effective management and distribution of digital prepaid assets like airtime, not like crypto, digital prepaid assets or products like airtime, data, and your bill payment services. That is what BTU is. So when you get on this business, when you get on this platform, the TGR platform, what you'll be doing is that, you are being connected to them. You are being connected with them. So you are going to be sharing their own VTU. The banks have their VTU and they are using for themselves. But this company is so magnanimous and they are calling all of us to come and use for us their VTU with them. We are only going to pay a one-time rent. You are not going to buy your own VTU for 1 million or for 500,000 or whatever. All you need is just your phone, and then you get yourself on the platform and you get a package. That your package that you are getting for yourself, starting from 5,000 to 100,000, is like you can consider that as your rent on the VTU portal, because they got the VTU for so much, but they are allowing us to use it for so little. So how do you make money? Follow me and let's look at this. These are the packages. These are just what you need immediately you sign on to, for you to sign on to this business rather. You will be borrowing just a little part of their WhatsApp for 5,000. So you pay 5,000 naira, and then they will give you a portion of their VTU, and you can vend your recharge cards, you can pay for your data, you can pay for your MTN, your NEPA tokens, and your DSTV and other platforms like DSTV. Okay, these are the packages available: 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. I'm sure what will be going through your mind is, okay, so what's the difference? If I can buy 5,000 and then I'm able to also recharge my phone, why do I need to buy 50,000? Okay, even when you look at the dash they give you, when you get all these packages, TGR still dashes you something. They give you 10 point values. When you are on 10,000 package, you have 20 point values. 20,000 gives you 40 point values. 30,000 gives you 60 point values, and 40,000 gives you 80, while 50 gives you 100. There's a package that is left out, that is 100,000 package, and that gives you 200 point values. But we intentionally left that out for now, because whatever you can do with your 50,000 naira package, you can also do with the 100,000 naira package. Now, what are the differences? If you're on 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and all of this, you can vend your data, no problem. And you will still get cash backs, because that's something with TGR, that's something with this platform. Whatever you are doing, when you load any recharge on your phone, they give you back 2% of whatever you have loaded as a cash back. So you will still be able to do all of those on all these packages. But if you're on 5,000 naira, you are not going to be able to be on the leadership program. It is with this leadership program that these PVs are usable. All these PVs that they have dashed us, when we get on the leadership programs, they are very, very useful there, because these are the things they put together, and then they now give you the incentives for the leadership program. This is one of the very, very important difference between you that you are starting on 5,000 naira and those that will start on higher packages. Now, even though you have started on 10,000 naira or 20,000 and you are on, or 30,000, 40,000, and you are on the leadership program, 50,000 naira package is not your mate though. It's not your mate at all, because one of the things that TGR also does is that, apart from giving you 2% of what you have recharged with, when you introduce this business to other people and they become your team members, everything they do up to your 10th generation, they will be giving you, from whatever they are doing, percentages of what they are doing. What they are doing includes, if they bring people in, they will earn, you too, you will earn. If the people they are brought in bring other people in, they will earn, you too, you will earn. So now these packages will now distinguish the boys from the men. When you are on 50,000 naira package, you can earn to your 10th generation. That is, the people that you have brought in, they have brought people in, those people have brought people, those people have brought people, until the 10th generation. You are just there cruising and having a whole life of greatness. You don't even need to know where they have carried the link of your link to. These are the differences. So to start off, if you really want to push the business, you want to earn on the leadership programs, and I'll tell you what you can earn on these leadership programs and how many of these PVs you can accumulate with members of your team, not your own PVs alone, with members of your team, and then you will be able to earn so much in terms of incentive. I'm going to show you in a very, very fast ways how this can happen. But these are the major differences. You have to be on the 10,000 Naira package before you can be on the leadership program. And then if you are on 50,000 Naira, you are just on a cruise. You don't need to worry what is happening because everything that is done in your structure will come to you. But that is not so with lower packages. All of these packages ends on different levels. Some on level 5, some on level 6, some on level, yes, most of them actually on level 6. But 50,000 ends on level 10. All right. Immediately you register. If you are registering with 5,000 Naira, TGR, you see, that's why they say top up and get reward. Everything about them is all about reward. They give reward for everything. Even when you smile, they are likely to give you a reward if they can see you online smiling. Because immediately you register on this platform, they give you what we call 10% registration bonus. So what is a registration bonus? If you register with 5,000 Naira, they will give you 10% of that 5,000, which is 500. They will just leave it in your commission wallet, just like that. So that will be your very first earning, and you can use it to buy airtime, you can use it to buy data, you can use it to pay your NEPA bills, and you can return it to your bank account because you can also put the money you are making on TGR in your bank account. Immediately you are registering, you register with your bank account and it is attached to your account and you can easily transfer money. When you buy airtime and data, I've told you, you receive 2% of whatever you have charged. And then when you do TV subscription, you have 0.5%. When you do your payments, your PHCN or NEPA payments, you earn 1% of what you have taken there. So you can earn 0.5% on whoever you want to do business with, want to do transaction on any network. You can earn 0.15% because with the number you are registered with, you earn 2%. But if you are putting in another person's number, maybe you want to be the one that sells recharge cards, then you can earn 0.15% on whoever you are recharging the phones with. Even if you want to, like me, if I want to recharge my husband's number, since his number is not registered with TGR, I will only be able to earn 0.15% and not 2%. But that's still a lot of money because how about all these days that we have been recharging with our banks and we've not been getting anything as cashbacks. And the truth of the matter is doing this business, getting people in, and they are, okay, I'm being warned that my internet is unstable. So tonight, internet is unstable, NEPA is unstable. God will make us stable. So in this business, you can actually earn between 10 to 100,000 Naira daily. Before we leave, if time permits, I'm going to show you my dashboard so that you can see what I'm talking about. I know I will have money there. That's like an assurance, that's a guarantee because I've invited people and people that have invited other people. So that's how you make residual income. I don't have to even lift a finger, but I know that every day I have money at my back office because as people that are brought in are bringing in people, I'm making money. As they are recharging, even when I'm sleeping, I'm making money. So this is like the connecting economy that we are inviting you into. You have to be involved if you want to make good money because there isn't any wealthy person all over the world that is not into one connective economy or the others. And here we come, we are the connectors trying to connect you to this awesome business. And you can also be a connector. You don't have to be that person that sells recharge card. But if that is what you want to do, is also there. But you make more money connecting others to this business. Baba Obasanjo is a connector because what he did was to connect MTN to Nigeria, and up till tomorrow, he's still earning on that connectivity action of his so many years back. So this is like what we are talking about when we are saying be involved in a connecting economy. Okay, these are all connecting economy, the Uber of this world, the Facebook, the Amazon, the Alibaba, Airbnb, and they are all using technological innovations, just like TJR. When you tell people, this is what I was saying earlier on, when you tell people it's more money in your bank because you will be given so much money. Now we are running into the benefits when you invite anybody at all. Number one, you earn affiliate income. You refer and you earn. And what is referral? You can just put TGR. When you're a member, you put it on your status, put it on your social media handles. You tell your neighbors. Somebody is sitting beside you in church. You tell the person, you know, keep talking because God has given us our mouth so that we can use it to talk. Not to talk rubbish, but to talk something of value. Immediately you talk, just one word. Do you know that you can earn on your spendings? And the person is asking you how. And you let the person know that when you are recharging your phone, when you are paying your NEPA bills, there is a platform that pays you cash back. Of course, everybody needs money and everybody wants, even the millionaires, the billionaires, the trillionaires, everybody, and that's what makes, well, that's what makes us billionaires. Let me just keep calling it. That's what makes us billionaires because we keep looking for avenues to make more. Okay, so immediately you bring in anybody, they give you 22% as a direct referral. So you are bringing somebody in on 50,000 naira package, and they are giving you 10,450 naira because that's 22% of 50,000 naira. So you can imagine if you are able to bring 10 persons on 50,000 naira package, even if it's in a week, then you have earned over 100,000 naira. Tell me whether that would not do a whole lot for your family. 100,000 plus. Okay? Then if your direct referral now brings in people, you will earn 5% as indirect referral. So if somebody you have referred brings in somebody on 50,000 naira, you will earn 5% of the 50,000 naira. Okay? 10% of 50,000 is 5,000. So 5% of your 50,000 naira package is 2,500 naira. That's your earning on something you don't even know how it happened. Because your downline will not come to take excuse from you before sharing his or her link. So you are just in the comfort of your room. Maybe you are even sleeping. Transactions are going on and you are making money. And now from that indirect referral up to your 10th level, depending now on the package you are on, if you're on 50,000 naira package, up to your 10th level, you will be earning 1.5% on everybody brought into your team by your team members, up to your 10th generation. That's one way of making money. Okay? When they also recharge their phones, this is where this little drops of ocean comes in. When they do their recharges, some people may even do 200 naira. Out of this small 200 naira, they will still give you some money. So you just open your back office, your dashboard, and you are seeing 2 kobo, 1 kobo. And so if we just use our entrepreneurial mindset, that millionaires mindset we talked about when we were starting to put together our money, we can do a lot with the money we are earning, just like this entrepreneurial beggar did with his money. He has a water manufacturer. In fact, I think they said 3 of these water manufacturing companies. And then he has a chain of public transportation in Lagos. That's the Lagos paint on the vehicle. This is the window of opportunity. Don't pull down your shade. Listen and take action. You can also do client services, that is, you are reselling. Although for me, I always advise people not to try to resell, just be a connector. Talk to people, because instead of selling to them, tell them how they can also be in the business. You are still going to make money, and they too will make money. And then you be that person that is the brother's keeper or your sister's keeper. Because what they will have in this business is now a business of their own. So keep telling people, keep sharing to others, and then you as an affiliate, you are earning a whole lot. Like I told you, you need to be on the on the 10,000 naira package to be on the leadership platform. Okay, you will be able to take part in the leadership program if you're on 10,000 naira. But you can also migrate from one level to the other. You can be on 5,000 today and upgrade to 10,000 to 50,000 self. You only need to pay the difference. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you cannot start from wherever you are. But when you are on the 10,000 naira package, you can be on the leadership program. So this is where those PVs I was showing you now come to play. Every PV made in your structure, in your team, they are never washed away. They are always kept. So if members of your team, for instance, make 10,000 PVs, if they make 10,000 PVs in one singular month, they will give you a bonus of 120,000 naira. Okay, this is coming from the PVs made by members of your team. Once you have 10,000 PVs in a month, the leader will take home 120,000. Those who are under two, by the time those you are bringing in give you 10,000 PVs, you will earn your own 120,000 naira monthly bonus. That's one of the things that we use the PVs for. A lot of people have made this and they have earned the 120 and they keep earning, because once you are on the 10,000 platform, most likely you don't leave because you keep putting people in your team, keep bringing in others. And if you are on 25,000 PVs, team PVs value, then you will be a bronze director, and then you will earn 750,000 naira or a free trip to Dubai. Most times people take their money. 750,000 can do a lot for us in this kind of austere times, and people are winning. Number of people are winning. You can also be a gold director. If the team's point values accumulate to 100,000, then you will win a car that is worth 5 million naira, or you can also take your 5 million naira bonus. A lot of people have already squashed this as well. And this is one of us, one of the connectors that you saw in the picture, Elijah. That's Avenza. I'm sure she's warming up for another car, just as we also were warming up for our own cars. Okay, once your point values, your group point values accumulate to 500,000, this will qualify you for a house or something that is worth 10 million naira. So you can collect your money as well. Values in this business can just not be overemphasized, because you are spending money on something that is yielding you a lot of value. You are able to do your business by having data and all of that, and they are still giving you back money. If you try and treat it like a business, it will get you money like a business. We are only pleading with you to create the future you want. Me, I want a very beautiful future, and I'm working into it daily by the grace of God, because I will not stop looking out for opportunities and latching into opportunities. You know, we have to create that future that we want, so that we don't now endure whatever future we get. For instance, as a woman, if you are not up and doing, and you only depend on the husband or your husband to provide everything, these are businesses you can do on your own, and also support your husband at home so that they don't break down. Because the day they will just look at you in the eyes and say, hey, I'm not giving you, That's the time you now start seeing him as a bad husband. Then you start enduring the future you are now getting from such a man. But before a man even looks at you to say, I'm not giving you, they will look at you twice if you are in this kind of business, because you are already making even the future of that man to be a very bright one. Because if you are bringing home a lot of value, then everybody enjoys. This is the kind of future they are trying to give to us, but it is up to us to say no. You know, you may not be able to control a bird perching on your head, but you can say no to the bird building a nest in your hair. So if they are saying that they should go and prepare for tough time, and we want to say no, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not preparing for any tough time, because tough time is not my portion in Jesus' name. Look at the kind of money you can make in TGR. Then somebody will be talking about hard time. What kind of stupid hard time is that? If you have 10,000 package, 10,000 naira Quora package, I will now go ahead and look for 10 persons that will run this business with you, even on the same 10,000 naira package, just 10. See how much you will earn. On your level 1, you will earn 22% of what they are bringing in. That's 22% of the 10,000, and that is 2,090 naira. And that will earn you 20,090 naira on your level 1. You also earn 200 PVs. Remember, these PVs will be building up to give you your incentives in the leadership program. Okay, so on your level 2, this is your 10. I've already also told some other 10, 10, 10. And so your affiliates have become 100. And you earn 5%. Remember, I told you that you earn 5%. You're earning 5% of the 10,000 naira they are bringing in. This is 237.50 kobo. And then on your level 2, you will have earned 47,500. And then your point values will have risen to 2,000 point values. Okay? You are getting there. Before you know it, by your level 3, the people that will sign under this level 2 people, they will have earned you 20,000 PVs. Let's start from here. That means that you are eligible to that 120,000 naira already, right from the level 3. Because from these people, you will also earn 5% of the money they are bringing in, which is 237.50 kobo. And then your affiliate will have risen to 1,000 people under you alone. Then your earnings will have come up to 475,000 naira with a business you started with 10,000. This is why I said it is mathematical calculation. So you can't even fault it. This is not any abracadabra. No, it's what we are seeing, is what it is. We know is possible. You bring in 10. This is sure banker. 22% is what will be given to you. 22% when you work it out is 2,090. When you multiply it is 20,090. When your point values you are going to have, because 10,000 package will give you 20 PVs. You will have 200. On your level 3, you have 20,000. You are already qualified for the 120,000 naira. And then by your level 4, you have 200,000. You have already beaten that qualification of 25,000 PVs that will earn you 750,000 naira or the Dubai trip. Just look at, by the time you get to level 6, because this is where you cycle out, because you are on 10,000 naira package. On your level 6, see how much you will have made. 142 million naira. From, if you do it, that's why I told you, let me show us again. Let me show us again. If you treat it like a business, you will get paid like it is a business. That's a fact. So how do you treat it like a business? You will be doing like what I'm doing now, because I'm staying up to teach you. It's only what you know that you can tell others. So you have to be adept, you have to be an adept in it. You look at what we are saying, you get it clear. You want to make this money, you make up your mind, you start posting it, you start talking about it, you tell a lot of people, you earn this much money on a business you started with 10,000 naira. Tell me any other business you can start with 10,000 naira, and by the time you get to level 6, and you can get to level 6 tomorrow, it depends on the number of people you are telling and the way you are coaching them. I'm joking, Sha, you may not be able to get there tomorrow, but It shouldn't, it's for the person that is doing it like a business, it shouldn't take you time, too much of time. So by the time you look at how much you can make, you have 159 million, over 159 million from a business started with 10,000 naira only. This is the breakdown of the fantastic 10. We call them fantastic 10. If you have such fantastic friends, as you are signing in, let them know that you have hit gold. They should just come and exhume it with you. Okay, you can also have fantastic 20. The more the merrier. That means that you will get, look at this. I cannot but talk about this because this is one of the things that got me into this fantastic 20. This breakdown of fantastic 20 was what got me into TGR. Okay, they've been talking about it, they've been, just as I've been sharing. Then when they now got there, I said, hey, what's that total? And I was saying billions. I'm like, are you serious? Because me, I'm a financial freedom chaser. I just want to be financially free. Okay? I like good lifestyle. And I don't want to inconvenience anybody to have my good lifestyle. And so when I say any opportunity that they are talking billions, it doesn't go past me. When I saw 9.6 billion, I'm like, is this million? They said billion. So yeah, how much? Kia, I started my 50,000 naira package. You know, because how can you start a business with 10,000 naira and you are looking at 9 billion, 9.6 billion? I said, whatever it takes, let's go there. That's how we started. And it is a possibility because these are all mathematical calculations. Like I said, they are all mathematical calculations. So if you're on diamond package, 50,000, by the way, you can be on 10,000 and then you bring in people on 50,000. It doesn't mean that you are on 10,000, you cannot bring in 50,000. You will still be given your referral bonus and you will still be able to transact your businesses well. So if you are on 50,000 and you look for your friends that are also going to be able to do life with you on a diamond package, this is what you get. This is what you get. On your very first level, 22% of what they are bringing in is 10,450. So imagine you have 10 of them. You will have made 104,500 on your level 1. Me, I earn this money. This money we are looking at, this 104,500. I think I earned it in less than 2 days that I started TGR. And that's a fact. That's the truth. Because I invited people, I told them the advantages of having 50,000 naira package, and they understood it and they signed on. So this is how much you will earn on your level 2. You will have 237,500 by the time you are on level 6. But on your 50,000 naira package, you can actually get to level 10. But we just put it conservatively on level 6, and you will have over 712. I mean, this business is too much. It's actually too sweet. So you might be looking at me that this woman self is a marketer. Maybe she's even telling us everything that is not available, and they are not even legitimate. They are just here to, they are very legit though. These are all the certificates of their registration. You will see this letter is a letter of recommendation from the statutory ministry, Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. They gave the CEO a letter of commendation. This is the Top Up and Get Rewards Limited CEO receiving an award for Best ICT Innovation. My dears on the call, And those who will watch this later, maybe the recording, it is too risky to be poor. A poor man is hated by people of his household. See these ones now. They made money from telecoms industry. This one said the 200 million I gave to Wike when he was running for governor was my savings in the telecom industry. You too, you can save from telecom industry. This was what Senator Akpabio said that time. They are not looking down on these opportunities. They are still in this kind of opportunities. You see, our sage says no one, you may not be able to buy your yesterday, but if you hustle hard, if you learn well, you may be able to safeguard your tomorrow. Remember, our tomorrow are our children. We should not give them any hard time. Let's work the work of tomorrow today. Remember also that no matter the amount of resources you have, if you do not know how to use them, so the person that knows how to use his resources, he has already taken the plants and used it to make a laddered seat. See the ingenuity. He's able to climb the ladder, sit comfortably, and see the other side. See our own man, he has the toolbox, he has the plants. He has decided that he will just stay on it and be peeping. It will be there almost forever. You won't see what the other person is saying. This man too, he has everything, but he doesn't have common sense. He's waiting for God to come and help him put light on himself. He has all the resources, but he doesn't know how to use them. Pity. It's the same thing with us when we have our phones and other devices, and we are only just saying hello, hi. Some people, I'm sorry to say, I've met people who don't even know how to type text messages on their phones. But this time around, it's not even a matter of text message or whatever. Please turn your phone into income generating channel. Have your plans A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This young girl already has a future plans, courtesy of her mother. Bina Adeoshun's mother is that Alaja I showed you. Yeah, she has already introduced them, and we can also introduce our children. Okay? If you spend between 2K and 10K every single month, this business is for you. So in conclusion, to navigate the Nigerian economic landscape, don't let us just go around singing and throwing pity parties. Let's look inward. Let's continue to look out for opportunities like what we have shared with you. You have to adapt quickly, because if they say dollar is 1,500, me, I have businesses I'm doing that is earning me dollars. So I will adapt. If they say there is no food in the country, I have businesses on which I get genuinely good, sweet, nutritious food for cheaper. I will adapt easily. So I want you to also do all of this. Don't depend on only one source of income. Collaborate with people like TGR, the owners of TGR that are calling, come and collaborate with us, come and do the business with us. Be very innovative. With the way you also excuse me, the way you kind of do your business, be very innovative with the way you advertise, with the way you talk to people about it. Let them know that you are in a good business that can earn them money and that you can do together, that is not so stressful. Okay? Let them know all of this. And you have to do away with status quo. All these online businesses are rubbish. They are thieves. Let's do away with them. Go online. If you are not online, nobody will see you. Nobody will notice you. And then start your telecom business like immediately, like now. You need to go back to the person who has sent you this link and tell the person that you are very ready, and you are ready for the business, and they will show you the way. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box, or you put on, you raise your hand. You can raise your hand as well and talk to us. All right. Let's go. If you have questions, let's hear about it. Sorry? If you have a question, please raise up your hand, unmute yourself, and talk to us. Do we have any question in the chat box? No? Oh, okay. After registration of your package, do you fund your portal to enable you to do your transaction? 100%. Absolutely. You fund your pockets, your wallets. That's your pocket, actually. You fund your wallets to do other transactions once you are registered. Okay, Master P. Master P, thank you for joining. Unmute yourself and talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, madam. You are doing great. Yeah, almost the same question the person asked, funding of wallet, because from experience now, from other platforms, we have had this issue of funding of wallet. Maybe due to Nigerian bank services, poor banking services, that when you fund your wallet in the next 1 week, you cannot even be able to, for your account to be credited. So that is really discouraging and annoying. So is this funding seamless? Is it easily funded without any banking hitches and there?
Okay,
so that is my question.
I understand. Would that be all? Or you have
For
other
now,
things?
yeah, if I have more to ask, I just want to be clear on that.
So in TGR, I know where you are coming from, but I'm not just going to talk about that right away. In TGR, what you need to ask is, how long has this business been in existence? TGR turned 5, a whole 5 years old in the year 2023, November. So this shows you that they are now like an adept in business. They passed all those initial difficulties that businesses also pass through. Every startup will have its own issues. And the more you navigate through this business, the more you are stabilized. So I can say categorically that TGR is stable in terms of funding the wallet. Let me quickly talk about how wallets are funded in TGR. Immediately when you are registering, they will have given you an account in Sterling Bank that is branded to you. It's your own account. Okay? And it's on Sterling. And you also know that Sterling Bank is a stable bank.
Yeah.
So you copy this account, you take it to your bank app. You take it to your bank app and and transfer the money. That's how you even start. That's how you start the business to start with. So each time you want to transfer money, each time you want to make transactions, is that same Sterling Bank account that you transfer money into. But now let me even shock you. Let me shock you. It will get to a point. Like for instance, if you sign up on 50,000 Naira package, which I will advise anybody that really wants to push this business to do if you can afford it. If you cannot afford it, be looking at how you are going to upgrade to 50,000. So if you sign up on 50,000, you are given 10% back, which is 5,000 Naira. You may leave this 5,000 Naira there, okay, and use it to fund your transaction, like you are buying your data, you are doing your recharge, and then you are telling people, because that was the strategy I used. Before you know it, you don't have any need to transfer money from your bank account to do your transactions. You just be spending from your commission. Let me try and share my screen. Do you understand it? So
before you answer this to the end, I want to ask, is there a stipulated time, like a time frame? Like let's say I'm into 50 package now. Probably maybe they may ask you within a week or within a month or within 2 weeks, you must finish, you must either use to buy data or recharge. Is there anything like that?
no, there's nothing
so
like that.
I hate those type of something they will give you conditions. Maybe
No. There's nothing,
okay.
absolutely nothing like that. If
Okay,
you like,
thank you.
if you like, you can use your data for 1 year. But I don't know how that would happen. Okay? There's
Thank you.
no way that happens. So, but there's nothing like that. No capping. No capping at all.
Yeah.
So would that be all for now? Let me quickly share my back office. And who else asked me a question? Because what I want to do right now is to give the two persons that asked question. I want to give them some token. Some token. Can you see my screen? Can anybody confirm to me that I am being seen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you. God bless you. Okay, so the two persons that asked those questions, please put your number and your network in the chat box so that we can gift you something great tonight. And then you can also use those of you that are joining us for the first time, you can see how we make money here in TGR. So this is my dashboard in TGR, and I'm going to log in right now. So logging in, okay, you see what I was telling you. You see money. See my current commission balance, 8,000 plus. Can you see? I didn't lift a finger. And I'm going to show you how this came in now. You will see. You see what I mean? And you can transfer this, your commission, to your bank. We are going to, if you are not pressed for time, although I didn't really want to spend this much time, but you see, when you see businesses like this, oh, they inspire me. See 8,000 plus that I didn't really work for. So to transfer this money now, this is my commission wallet. I go to my commission and it will bring up the commission wallet. And I want to transfer this 8,858 to my wallet, so that, because it's from that wallet that I can make use of it. It's from the other wallet that I can use it to buy stuffs. It is from that wallet that I can transfer to my bank account. So I'm just going to withdraw the 8,858. 8,858, and I'm sending that. Okay. You can see now that in my commission wallet, I have only 7 kobo. But by the time I gift these 2 persons what I want to give them, we'll come back to this commission wallet and you will see how much they have returned to me. That's like what we are saying. So for the people that I want to give something to, I am going to, then let's look at my wallet. The money I transferred would be in my wallet right now. You see, I have an increase of the 8,000 plus, and that's 12,000 plus. That's not bad in a day, because if it's not that I'm on the call, by 10 p.m. every day, I come to TGR to take out money. So I transfer to my bank account. This is 12,000 naira waiting there right now. So let's give them some airtime. I hope you have already put your account details in the chat box. There were 2 of you that asked me question. Master P, you put your number, but you didn't put the network. Bravo, you put your number, you did not put the network. Please put your network.
Okay, I'm MTN.
Who is I am MTN?
Master P.
All right. How about you, Bravo? Are you MTN or what are you? So what you do when you want to do this, you click on the service provider. You can see that MTN is highlighted, and then you put the number you want to credit. This is just a demonstration and also an appreciation of you coming and asking questions, because some people will come and they won't ask any question. So I'm just going to give you something small but worthwhile. You will see how fast. You see, transaction successful. I'm sure Master P has the 200 naira already.
I just received it. That's great.
Okay,
Thank
so you
you.
see it's like speed of light.
Yeah.
Speed of light. You see, that's what we do here. And upon all this efficiency, they also make us money. So Bravo, it is your turn. You said you are on Etisalat. If I saw clearly, you are on Etisalat. So here we go. We have all the service providers. Etisalat is 9 mobile. Okay, so that's your number, and this is your token. MTN was faster than Etisalat.
Okay.
Transaction processing, please wait. So we are waiting. But it's also saying your transaction was successful. Can you please check your phone to see if you have received it? Bravo. Transaction successful. Bravo, please confirm to us that truly, anyway, even if you are not confirming, we are going to see it now by what I'm going to do. Remember, we said that when you buy anything, you are given something back. So let's go and check my commission wallet, because that's where whatever you are being given goes into. Remember, we put 7 kobo here. You can see that I have 497 kobo. By virtue of what I gave out, that the 400, and you see, they gave me 4 naira. Deposits, purchase 200 MTN. That's the 4 naira. The one for Etisalat has not entered. So I got 4 naira for giving Master P that 200 naira. You see? The Etisalat, can you confirm to us, Bravo, whether you received it or not? Okay, he received it. So maybe network, they will also give me 4 naira. So I spent 400 naira. I got like maybe what they will even give me for Bravo Zone may be higher. But let's even say they are giving me another 4 naira. Okay, that's 8 naira. It's better than not getting anything at all. So you see that my 8,000 plus that I saw, this is just the same way they came. This is my 8,858 that I transferred to my wallet. See, somebody bought something. They gave me 50 kobo, 2 naira, 15 kobo, 50 naira. It's all today. Oh. That's the way you also will be earning 30 kobo. You can see the dates. Valentine, they were calling for Valentine. They were sending messages. So me, I stayed in my house and I was enjoying all the data they were using. You can see everything is on 14th of February, 1402, 1402, 1402. All these 352 naira, 1 naira, 60 naira. Okay, so this is it. This is how money is made on CGR. Top up and get reward. It's an amazing opportunity that we should all key into. If you will be ready for this, let me see you're ready in the chat box. Let me see that you are ready in the chat box. Okay, we have to close the meeting right now. And I hope that you got value. All right. Master P is ready. Foworola Ajiboye is ready. So you need to go back to the person that Abutu is ready. I'm glad that we are all ready because when we see any opportunity, we should not roll down the shades. You can imagine if I didn't sign into this. Thank you, everyone, for being ready. Okay, if I did not sign into this, the 8,000 plus almost 9,000 that I transferred to my wallet and that I'm going to transfer from my, in fact, I've earned over 12,000 naira today from what we saw in my wallet. So even if I'm putting 10,000 to my bank account, that's not bad. I didn't carry gala on my head to go and sell. It wasn't from money that I made from Popsol, having to burn diesel, to run towels, to do monogram and all of that. It is just soft work. So it's a very good business to be in. I wish we can go on and talk 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 about this, but we really need to go now. Thank you for coming. And thank you because you had value and you are ready. Please go back to the person who shared this link with you and tell the person, thank you, I am ready. Because the person has called you into a great opportunity. All right. Like I said, we have this meeting every Wednesday. So even if you sign in on the business, maybe tonight, tomorrow, and you have your downlines, you have some prospects, bring them up on Wednesday. We have this meeting every Wednesday. Just be on the lookout for the link on the platform you got these ones from. We will be here on Wednesday next week again to talk to you about, yeah, the recording is available. Don't worry, ma. The recording is available because we are live on YouTube. Some people are on YouTube watching as well, just as we are here. So thank you very much. Good night. Go and spend the rest of the Valentine's Day with your spouses. If you are married, if you are not married, please go and read your Bible or Quran and go to bed. Don't do